You
Welcome
must
back to
construct
Shantae.
additional pylons
You really
How
had to
did
go
she
there?
teleport?
to
You
view
had
the
to-
rest of this video.
You
Gary,
had to
I know
really
you
do
didn't
that?
cut out the getting out of there.
You had to.
You had to do
You
all
had
that
to.
backtracking, right? This is a Metroidvania. You had to do all
No,
that
no.
backtracking.
Actually, every dungeon you complete, it actually escorts you out of the dungeon automatically.
Ah,
That's
Like
handy.
such a
you
gentleman.
We
kids
will-
have such
we will,
easy
however-
lives nowadays.
Because we don't have the power now, but we will return to that dungeon.
You're just a hair away from hitting them.
Yep. Crawling, ouch.
What is her animation when you get hit?
Uh,
I don't think I've ever gotten a proper look at it because it looks like she's.
no idea. But
Uh,
now that we got the mermaid form, we can actually go underwater and explore for more treasure.
Grinding.
How
We're
far
back
can
to
you go
grinding.
down?
I would assume as far as the programming lets you.
Oh, there was a dirty joke. Long as she can hold her breath.
Oh my.
Going to so ignore that.
It's okay, it works for guys too. It's just, you know,
If you're
current
gay.
company is... Whoa now. Hold on now.
Nah.
Gary, this is why I'm in a wedding. Not a wedding. Go on. You know what?
Goodness, there's a
Hold
wedding
on. Now,
your wife
now we're
doesn't know
going back to
about?
elephants can stomp. What is that?
This is a Golden Baby Squid. We
I
are
see that.
jumping the gun, but I am collecting these in advance because we need these to actually get the attack for
Final
the
perverted
mermaid
option?
form. Yep.
We need to get the
And
power
pretty
tentacles?
to exchange because you can't necessarily get to the last area unless you get the attack for the mermaid form, so there's that.
Of course.
So,
These are mandatory.
so to confirm, this is grinding, correct?
Yes.
Then let's
For
get out
now.
those D&D stories. Who's going first?
I've got one.
All right. I'm assuming that's Kitsune, right?
Yes.
Kitsune.
All right.
It's
Oh,
Japanese,
damn,
the
I
E is
knew
not
it,
silent.
I knew it.
Ah, I mean, chap.
Anyways, with the group I mainly played with while I was in college, I was just starting out. Fighter mage, we have paladin, rogue, dwarf, da-da-dee. Basically everything under the sun.
Okay.
I'm a half-elf and a fighter mage. Well, we were side questing, and our side quest required us to get to the top of a mountain.
All right.
None of us knew how had anything of rope work or anything like that besides our rogue.
Naturally. Because the rogue should have
Well.
every skill.
We put the dwarf out in front. The paladin was right behind him. So on and so forth. I was at the back of the party.
So who died first?
I was
Um,
going to say, let's get to it.
The dwarf lost his balance, or mystic grip or something, and fell. Normally this wouldn't have affected anybody. The
We're all
paladin...
tied to rope.
No, the paladin swung out and tried to grab the dwarf, and failed his check. So they've both tumbled to the bottom of the mountain.
And certain death.
No, they both lived.
Ow.
Didn't you explode in this clear sequence?
Yeah, fourth wall broken.
Still have to say,
I
I'll let
hate to
Kits continue. Please
Yes, I
continue,
hate to-
Kits.
Well, to finish that, we couldn't go back for them. Because we were too close to the top and yet completing the side quest. Where in my particular case, I learned about my green dragon staff of power. That thing made me that made me a very painful opponent. When we finally get back down, the paladin has been healing himself and the dwarf to the best of his ability, with his next to non-existent healing ability. So our cleric rushes over and starts tending to them, and he turns and goes, "What the hell took us so long?" Well, one, we weren't climbing all the way back down. Two, it takes a while to float back down with the aid of Featherfall. And he's like, who had Featherfall? And I'm holding up my staff, which has Featherfall attached to it.
Ah. Nice.
Yeah, that was entertaining.
Well, alrighty then.
Okay, there's my story.
Well,
Anyway,
I was gonna say that was all during narrative, so I kind of feel bad for whoever
Don't
cared
worry.
about the narrative of this game. But
No
you know, you
worries.
can always go back and read it and put it on mute to. Find
yeah.
it, I
Or
guess.
I can just wrap it up nicely right here.
No,
So,
no, wait. Can I do it? Because I was paying attention.
go on ahead.
Alright, basically, Shantae gets back. There's two bitches hanging out at her fucking house. They're really not really that relevant at all because they're just friends and you see them, like, what, twice now? Okay, cool, awesome. So they're like, yo, we got a ransom note. We're gonna make this really fucking dramatic and shit through text because this game really can't do much else, even though it is kind of a loose game anyway. So, that stated, it's like, oh, ransom note. Oh, lol, I've got your grandpa. Ha ha, I am evil. Bring stuff. Bring those things you just collected because apparently I'm too much of a weak ass to come just shoot you with the fucking cannon and get it over with. So, that said, little squid dude comes up, he's like, yo, I know you kicked my ass, but I'm gonna help you out because the whole bunch of stuff somehow scared away my kids, so go get my kids and I'll teach you a thing to get you into the back of her hideout, haha, because, you know, why the hell not? So Shantae's
Oh,
like, well,
so
I really don't like
Garen
this, and
Logan
everybody else
logic
is
then.
like, and everybody else is, well, hey, that was a break. And everybody else is like, well, you're probably gonna have to do it anyway, so she's like, oh, well, okay, and so plot happens, and now we have to get the 3 golden babies.
Yep. Which is
But
why I
with
jumped the
seals,
gun.
Now it's oh lordy.
Yeah. So that's why I jumped the gun and got the Golden
Evan
Squid.
should write the game summaries for all games.
I
You
was
know,
gonna say
Evan's perfect candidate for that.
I'm interested in watching her attack animation now because we brought it up earlier, and I'm curious. But Gary, stop being so good.
I've seen it plenty of times. I just don't know how to describe it.
I just wasn't really paying that much attention. I was just thinking what next to
well,
say. Failing
I mean,
horribly when I got
I
there.
did go through this game on the PC like 3 times before I actually recorded it.
Better not get them crabs.
Yep. Anyway, back to our mermaid form to get the second golden squid, or it could be a magic jam. Either of the two, because I'm doing both at the same time.
Either way, it's still grinding, right? Oh,
Yes.
Nope, that's a squid baby.
She's
Alright.
not
I'm
really
waiting for,
wearing
like, a
she's not
Donkey
really
Kong
wearing a
helper to show
bra.
It's barely noticeable.
Yeah, but she's not really wearing a bra.
No.
Well,
I've
yeah,
seen
she's
the,
gotta get as much momentum as possible. That's just gonna give her drag.
I've seen the concept art for this form, and honestly, it's kind of like the bra that she's wearing right now.
I was gonna say, Gary, do you have an expert opinion on it from your analysis?
Thorough.
Expert
analysis.
opinion? You're asking him.
Thorough.
Well, I mean, he obviously paid a lot of attention to the art. Look at
Oh,
what
I bet he
look at what he's
did.
got her wearing right now.
Art.
Touche.
Don't get me started again.
Speaking of art, nobody really gives a shit, but the new Blood Elf models are coming out on
Oh
World of
God,
Warcraft,
here we
and
go.
I'm very fucking excited.
Oh, you're gonna have to show
So-
me that, Evan.
Oh my god, they look amazing. Like, I
Well,
will
it
provide a
convinced
link in
me-
TeamSpeak for anybody who cares, so there will be a ding in the video, just warning all people
That's fine.
who may be watching, so ignore that, it
Um,
is TeamSpeak. I'm gonna link it here in a couple seconds, give me a second.
Okay, good. Well, it convinced me to use the 90 thing on the Blood Elf.
I don't know, man.
I don't know,
Dunno.
because I still love my undead.
You're free to continue making undead, but there's a link for males.
Okay, I will check it out. We got our third and final baby golden squid.
So we're done.
Where
with
is she
grinding?
storing those things?
That's questions.
Upper
Ever
skirt.
heard of a woman's purse is her cleavage?
But she doesn't even have that. She doesn't even have cleavage. She's got just straight up teasums. That's what I call that.
And for those who care, the female.
Okay.
Technically
I'll
not
check
safe
that
for
out.
work.
Not safe
Because
for work?
lingerie.
I'm just gonna watch the video for now.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say, are we still doing D&D stories before
right
we get
now,
into the serious plot?
we're gonna return the Golden Squids to the Squid Baron so that we can
That
get
sounds
our
like a plot.
yeah. Well,
Well, if
I
you
mean,
have time,
as soon
I
as
have
we
another
get
story.
the attack form for the mermaid, that's when we will be doing our grinding.
Well,
Because
let's
there is
do
still
now.
stuff.
Okay.
Because there is still stuff underwater that demands our attention. So
For the record, I
Sam,
feel
go.
sorry for Spider-Man.
Ow.
Why is that?
Well, I'm watching The Amazing Spider-Man right now
Oh.
while this is going on. It's on the
You
TV.
know- I have to admit,
Oh.
I have not actually really played that much D&D. But unfortunately, that's mostly because there aren't a lot of people in my neck of the woods that play D&D, or at least are very open about it, or, actually, you get the point.
Decent.
That's sad to hear.
I'm not invited to D&Ds anymore.
What'd you do?
I wonder why.
Oh,
Well-
Lord.
Here's
I want
here's the thing. I built my character to be a thief. All right.
Oh,
was
you
like
were one of those.
a shadow thief. It was like a shadow
Hey,
thief. It was
now.
based off of
What's-
Shadow from.
That's the best class in the game. I mean, that's not even up for debate.
Based off of what?
I basically based it off the character Shadow from Final Fantasy VI.
Oh, yes.
So, here's the thing. What happened was, I built my character. We barely started out the adventure with my character. I began explaining that he was, not resting, but he was perched on the mast of a floating ship where the others were asleep.
Mm-hmm.
And, I decided to be a dick and,
Of course you did.
steal
As a thief, naturally.
steal their loot, and stab them dead while they're asleep.
Yeah, and you wonder
I-
why you're not invited to
Now,
play with the
hold
kids
on.
anymore.
I fail to see why they got mad at you. You are simply playing your class.
What was his
They
alignment?
They just
Yeah,
didn't
what was his
like
alignment?
how... They just didn't like how I killed everyone in my first play.
What was
I was
your
like-
alignment?
My
Say,
alignment
that's-
was, well, for the most part it was neutral, but I guess something after that, chaotic evil.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, that's... Well, no, technically that can still be under neutral evil. If you were getting the loot for yourself, I mean,
Yeah.
that's still tech neutral.
I am one of the only people that I know who is allowed and or can to play chaotic neutral characters. Because I'm one of the
I
only
was-
people that can actually do it and have it be chaotic neutral and not just,
I'll actually
Chaotic?
go into the next story with a chaotic good character, which can also be very difficult to pull off as well.
Well, the thing
But,
is that most people who are like, oh, chaotic neutral, people think is basically the alignment of do whatever the fuck you want because it never breaks your alignment. But that's not true. Chaotic neutral means that you essentially... Chaotic neutral is the guy who's like... Is essentially the guy who's like, I don't listen to anyone's rules, not even my own rules. Like, that is essentially chaotic neutral. Is not...
Basically the Joker.
Basically kind of the Joker, except not
Oh,
as
dang.
evil.
They got
It's
fast.
basically doing whatever you want. So the thing
Makes
is
sense.
like a chaotic neutral character will easily take the loot for himself if it benefits him in the long run. Basically, chaotic neutral is Shadow from Final Fantasy VI will be chaotic neutral. He looks out for whatever is best for him in the long run. He's not stupid about it and won't kill his friends if it helps him in the end.
Yeah.
kind of a neutral evil as well, too. That really can kind of fall into both for some aspects. Really,
a neutral evil
really kind of depends how
character.
you play it.
A neutral evil character is kind of just
A
bent
backstabber.
towards. It's bent towards the idea of the evil choice. A chaotic neutral character will simply do what benefits them in the long run without any predisposition to one or the other.
Well, Boba Fett.
Essentially,
Boba Fett
yeah.
Is more what you like. Okay.
Yeah,
That makes
Boba
sense.
Fett is chaotic neutral. It's like, yeah, exactly. That's actually a great example. Bounty hunters are chaotic neutral. They will essentially respond to the highest bidder. But, at the
I
same
can see
time,
that.
it's the reason that you're still cool to like go on adventuring parties against evil guys, even if they're like, hey, like I'll give you the artifact you want if you kill all your friends. Is like, yeah, I could kill all my friends, but here's one problem. My friends are hard to kill. A. B.
And B,
I
you're
have
not paying me
multiple.
enough for
Yeah.
it.
B. I have multiple friends. C. I could kill you with my friends and have no repercussions for it, essentially. Or at least, less severe repercussions. Because if I kill my friends and come back alone and somebody finds out, then I'm going to have a whole bunch of other people to answer to. Like, I'll get banned from towns. If I simply kill you, the worst I have to worry about is another one of your followers coming after me, which I can simply kill them with my friends. A chaotic neutral character is a long-term thinker, ironically.
Oh, yeah.
Chaotic neutral characters aren't just they aren't whimsical, they're plotting out what is most beneficial to the end of their lives. And ironically, or actually almost, surprisingly, would be the better word, chaotic neutral characters are the most likely characters to actually seek out immortality.
Final Magic Jam, by the way.
Go figure.
Nice.
I was
Because
gonna say, it's definitely an interesting one. I played a neutral evil myself. That was when we went on about the dick-ass thief. That's essentially what that is the difference between chaotic neutral and neutral evil is the dick-ass thief, one's essentially a bounty hunter.
yeah, essentially. A chaotic neutral character is actually usually the most likely character to seek anything that will prolong their lifespan, because it's in their best interest to continue living for as long as possible to get to essentially benefit themselves with everything they can.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But
Oh,
But analysis
that's
on
why...
chaotic neutral.
You learn
I've got a
something new every
question about the
day.
alignments.
Okay.
Does the chaotic good, technically speaking, run with the whole, the end justifies blowing stuff up?
I think that's kind of what that means.
No. Chaotic
of.
good is kind of... Chaotic good would be like...
I will serve for the morals that I believe in by any means
what's his
necessary.
name? What's his name
V
from
for Vendetta.
No, what's his name for and no, that's not really chaotic good still. That's
What?
still
No way, man. That's
That's-
totally chaotic good.
I don't know, because that's chaotic good is simply rebelling against authority. Well, technically, yeah, V actually would be, because V doesn't really kill. V doesn't really blow stuff up. V takes systematic. V is very much an assassin. He prioritizes high priority targets and simply systematically takes them out without any casualty, or the least amount of casualties as he can. But a chaotic good is more. What's his name from Gurren Lagann?
Oh, you lost me there.
The
Kids
one
might
guy.
know.
Yeah, one guy, Gurren Lagann, glasses,
Give me a second.
cape, like the manliest man. Basically, the guy that says, "Your drill is a
Best
drill that will pierce
description.
the heavens." Yeah,
Uh,
starts with a K. Basically, him, or I think it's like something. Either way,
Working on it.
Goku would also be a good version of chaotic good.
what?
He's kind of
no,
just like.
hold on. I've got to disagree with you there.
Wait, hold on.
I gotta disagree with you there. Goku is
Yeah.
definitely a lawful.
Yeah, I
guy
guess.
who
Actually,
creates
no, you're right.
Powerballs bigger than
No.
the planet.
No,
No,
Goku is almost lawful stupid.
He is.
He's got to be lawful good because again, he
Lawful-
doesn't have a single bad thought in his body in order to ride the Nimbus cloud.
Well, not
I've
only
got to
that-
disagree with you there.
True,
Not only
true.
that, but if
I'm
you
trying to think
remember what
somebody
he
from
did at
BBC.
the end of Dragon Ball GT,
For the
I'd
record-
never watched GT.
The
I'd
guy
say
you're
for the record-
talking about
I'd say
is
Vegeta after
Kamina.
Kamina, that's who it is. Thank you.
I'd say Vegeta after the Cell Saga would be considered a chaotic.
Yeah, I
He
would
still
agree.
help-
Yeah,
he
that's
still
definitely
he still helps to protect the universe, but there's not anybody that's going to tell him, Vegeta, you shouldn't use that attack. It could do something. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to kill them all.
big.
It's
Basically that.
pretty much would be Vegeta for chaotic.
I'm trying to think of a good trope, like
damn you,
like
Nappa!
a good general arcing. Chaotic good would be like any berserker character you find that is good. It's basically like, it's like, oh, like we should weaken
say,
his
when-
defense. We should weaken his defenses, and then the chaotic good characters is like, fuck that, I'm gonna go in there with my mace and fucking smash his face in. Like, screw
I was
it.
gonna say I'll give an example of my chaotic good character when we get to the next video, because
Yeah, we should.
If
we
it's
should probably.
20 minutes, it's gonna be filler for sure.
Yeah, we should probably
Yeah.
do that.
I'll say
Which-
we'll take turns on D&D stories.
A lot of this is probably gonna go in.
Well, we will see you all in the last video.
Oh,
See you
we're
around.
still going? Oh,
Yes.
goodness.
Yes.
You are
It
all
happens.
troopers for sticking around for that stupid rant.
It happens. It happens.